Children, to study the earth, to understand the earth clearly, we have to know about the four natural realms on the earth. So, what is realm here? Realm is an area which have some common features. So, an area which have some common features, it is called realm, like a region. Here we have the four realms. What are they? First one is the lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere and biosphere. So, let us learn about all these realms. Lithosphere, generally it is the top layer of the earth. It is very hard and it made up of rocks and minerals and covered with a thick layer of soil. In Greek, litho means stone or rock and spheria means sphere or ball. So, it is nothing but it is the sphere of rocks and minerals, and of course, it is not smooth, it is uneven due to it has the mountains and plateaus or some of the highlands like hillside and also plains also there and deep valleys and some of the deep basins. Actually, these are filled by the water and became as the oceans also. And many of the features on the lithosphere are formed by the activity of wind and water. And we can observe the relation between the air surrounded the earth's surface and this lithosphere. When the lithosphere heats up due to the sun rays and when it is cooled down, it influences the air and water too. Due to these influence of the air and water, we get the sea breezes and land breezes, and also winds can move on the earth's surface with the high pressure and low pressure. When the temperature is increased, low pressure is created. So, we have the low pressure belts and high pressure belts on the earth's surface. Automatically, it leads to the movement of the wind. Then the hydrosphere. Hydrosphere is the water sphere. The realm of water is called hydrosphere. Here in Greek, heuder means water. So, this is the sphere of water. Generally, we can find the water on the earth's surface in the form of groundwater and the surface water. And on the surface water also, we have the many types of water bodies like rivers, lakes, seas, oceans, etc. So, in this hydrosphere, we have the total water bodies on the earth's surface and also the groundwater. Next, atmosphere. You know the atmosphere, the thin layer of air surrounded the earth's surface is called atmosphere. This layer consists of the different types of gases, for example, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide and water vapor, etc. So, these gases are surrounded the earth's surface and they are protecting us. Here the Greek word atmos means vapor. So, this atmosphere consisted also of vapor also. The fourth one is the biosphere. The biosphere means all the living things on the earth and in the atmosphere and in the hydrosphere is called the biosphere. It is nothing but it is the realm of the life, The Greek word bios means life. So, this sphere is related to the life, and the realm of life includes bacteria also which live high up in the atmosphere or in deep oceans constitutes the biosphere. in the deep oceans and in the atmosphere and the lithosphere. The whichever, so wherever the living thing is there, it covers the biosphere. Suddenly, we know the living things need the presence of all these three realms. Without these three realms, there is no living thing, because for every living thing, they need the land, water and air. Land is related to lithosphere and water is related to hydrosphere and air is related to atmosphere. So, these four realms are interdependent, they are interrelated and they influence each other. And how they are influencing each other and how they are interrelated with each other, we can study. And today we will learn about the first realm, lithosphere. Here the lithosphere deals with the land, and here the crust of the earth is uneven. Already I said the earth is uneven and it has the different types of landforms. Due to that uneven condition, there are some higher lands and some lower lands. So, the higher lands, they became as the continents and the lower lands, they became as the oceans. The lower lands also called the low basins. The lower basins are filled with the water and they became as the oceans. So, finally, we have the continents and the oceans. These are the, it means continents and oceans are the first order landforms or primary divisions of the earth crust. So, earth crust is divided into primarily two parts, oceans and continents. These are all called the first order landforms. Then what are the second order landforms? The continents are uneven. The continents have the up and downs, highlands and lowlands, and they have the different types of landforms like mountains, plains and plateaus, like that. So, these type of landforms are called as the second order landforms. And students, in the previous class we learnt many continents look like pieces of jigsaw puzzle. Look at the picture. What is jigsaw puzzle? The continents, once they were all together in the port of Pangaea, and slowly they broke up and moves away from each other, and now they reach to present position. So, you know how the continents are there and we can see on the world map too. So, jigsaw puzzle, it is a puzzle. A picture is drawn on a cardboard or wood and it can be cut into pieces. We have to join them, we have to fit together all that picture. Finally, we have to make the picture. In the same way, we have this type of this type of jigsaw puzzle in our continents also we can see. Okay, after careful observation, geologists concluded that all the continents and oceans are situated on a massive base of rock called plates. So, it is nothing but the oceans and continents are situated on a plate. This plate is made up of the rocks, that is a hard rock. Here these types of plates on the earth mantle, these types of plates are moving slowly on the earth mantle, they are floating on the mantle. They are moving slowly, very slowly. We cannot identify that. So, there are 7 major plates are there. So, on these plates we have the continents and oceans, and there are 7 major plates, and here the 7 major plates are: one is the African plate, North American plate, South American plate, Indo-Australian plate, Antarctic plate, and Eurasian plate, and Pacific plate. Okay, among the all these major plates, we have some minor plates also there. For example, Nazca and Arabian plates. These are the minor plates. Generally, the plates actually float on the mantle. So they float on the mantle and they move slowly. So we cannot feel that movement. And one plate, for example, one plate pushes another plate, neighboring plate, and where the two plates meet and push each other, and one is pushed under the mantle, and the another plate is pushed up to form a chain of mountains. So the Himalayan mountains are formed like this. For example, we take a paper and we push both sides of the paper will be folded. In the same way, the Himalayas are formed by the folding process here. So, while geologists studying the crust under the sea, they discovered under the Pacific Ocean some mid-ocean ridges or ranges on the seafloor of the Pacific Ocean. Generally, these mid-ocean ridges or ranges formed by the lava, which lava rised up from the mantle, from the weak surfaces. The ridges creates new ocean floor made of basalt rocks. The new ocean floor, it is made up of basalt rocks, and this new ocean floor will spread. Thus, the mid-ocean ridges contain the newest crust formed on the this fresh crust, the new crust is being slowly pulled away from the ridges. So, widening the ocean basin. The ocean basin will be widened due to the pulling of this crust. So, this leads to sea floor spreading. This is called as the sea floor spreading. Drama at the margins. The margins are the boundaries of the plates. They have the great geological activity. At the boundaries, the different types of movements will take place. Here we have the 3 types of movements here: the convergent movement, the divergent movement, the transform movement. So, what is convergent movement? In this convergent movement, the two plates move towards each other. So, generally the two plates are coming to meet each other. They are touching each other, they are pushing each other. Here sometimes the folds will be created. Due to that folds, mountains are formed like the Himalayas, and sometimes the first plate will goes down and the second plate will rises up. The which plate goes down, it will be molten due to the hot lava of the mantle. The second one is the divergent movement. Divergent movement, the plates are moving away from each other. They are moving opposite side to each other. Due to that movement, the valleys are created here. And the third one is the transform movement. You can see in the picture, the two plates are there. They are placed side by side and they are moving not together each other or not away from each other. They are moving side by side. They have their own way. They have some touch with each other. Due to that small disturbances, the earthquakes and volcanoes are occurred along these boundaries of the two plates in the transform movement. So, changes in the lithosphere. There are two kinds of changes in the lithosphere. The first one is the slow movement and the second one is the sudden movement. In slow movement, We have seen the formation of crust, movements of the continental plates, and they return to the mantle. You have observed that. In the sudden movement, there are volcanoes eruption and earthquakes are there. The sudden movements can be destructive. Sometimes they causes much damage. Here we can see the volcanoes. Volcanoes. Generally, volcanoes are the places. On that places, the molten material of the mantle erupts through the fissures and faults of the earth's surface. So, through the fissures, where the fissures and faults are there, the surface is weakened there. Through that weak points, the molten material of the mantle will erupt, and this molten material includes steam, smoke, and some rags, ash, dust, and spreads out in the atmosphere. The molten material, after some time, it will be cooled down. After cooling, they become as igneous rags. Of course, some parts of the lava may not reach the surface. Before reaching the surface, it will be cooled down between the layers of the rags. So, these types of landforms are called intrusive landforms, and some part of the lava which pours on the surface, which spreads on the surface, and then it will be formed as extrusive landforms. Not all of them come from volcanoes, some of them are poured out of fissures. Such flows of lava, for example, occurred many times on Deccan Plateau. So it created the Deccan Plateau. This is the extensive lava plateau in India. There is a list of some important volcanoes in the world, and their location is given here. Stromboli, Sicily; Mount Pelee, West Indies; Mount Vesuvius, Italy; Fusiyama, Japan; Cotopaxi, Ecuador; Mayon, Philippines; Bahrain and Narcondam in India; Kilimanjaro in Tanzania, like that. So, the geologists observed for many decades the number of earthquakes and volcanic activities are occurring around the edges, around the boundaries of the Pacific Ocean. Almost 3/4 of all active volcanoes in the world lie within the Pacific Rim. What is the Pacific Rim? The edge of the Pacific Ocean basin is called Pacific Rim. So many volcanoes and earthquakes are occurring along this Pacific Rim. So these boundaries are called as the Pacific Ring of Fire, because along these plate boundaries that many volcanoes and earthquakes occur, giving it the name the Pacific Ring of Fire.